Alright, so Marvel May ended about a month ago, and I haven't done anything in almost a month. Exams finally wrapped up, and I missed the 5-year anniversary. Time to make up for lost time. So, what are we reviewing today? No, we're not reviewing that. No, what are we reviewing? No, we're not reviewing that. What are we reviewing? Fine. Only because I love you guys.
Going monkey like Fritos. Road monkey like Tab and Mountain Dew. Road monkey, very simple man. With big, warm, fuzzy secret heart. Road monkey like you. Road monkey like you.
Hey guys, what's up? It's me, the Media Raptor, and welcome to not only another episode of the Media Raptor Reaction and Review, but to the 5th year anniversary of the Media Raptor channel. That is amazing on so many levels, you guys. When I started out, I genuinely had no idea what I was going to do with this channel. In fact, I only really started doing reviews maybe 3 years ago, but shut up. I'm calling it the 5-year anniversary, so up yours. Yeah, I am so excited the fact that I've made it 5 years. Over almost is it now 150 episodes? Yeah, like that is something else I've never thought I'd do. Over 500 subscribers, and you know what? I want to thank all of you. And to thank you all, and to celebrate, we are going to watch the most requested movie ever on my channel. I am not joking. And by most requested, I mean 7 requests. But people put it in comments. People commented they wanted to see this. I said I would. I kept putting it off. Then Marvel May happened, then exams happened, then I got lazy again, and you know what? So whatever. Today, you guys, we're gonna watch the 2015 direct-to-DVD movie, Thomas and Friends: The Adventure Begins. And if you can't tell by the change in my voice, I am not looking forward to this. Yes, I am thrilled I made it 5 years. I'm not thrilled I have to watch another one of these stupid Thomas movies. Let me give you some context real quick for those of you who are just joining us. A couple months ago, I reviewed a movie called Day of the Diesels. It really pissed me off. Then, I reviewed Misty Island Rescue, and that really pissed me off. I also reviewed Heroes of the Rails, which didn't piss me off as much, but wasn't that great. Then I reviewed Dinos and Discoveries, which I only recently found out was just a bunch of episodes put together. So that pissed me off. Now, this movie, The Adventure Begins, is the one which everyone, like all the comments you saw at the beginning, were telling me, watch this one, it's actually kinda good. So I looked it up. I actually had got the DVD a few times from the library, and then I had to return it because I didn't get time to filming it. And it says it's sort of a Thomas origin story. And you know what? There was only one way that this will be a good origin story, and that is if this happens.
Wait, Vanessa loves you. She doesn't care what you low. Oh,
Do you like what you see?
no. You look like an avocado. Had sex with an older, more disgusting avocado.
Yeah.
Don't ask what I was thinking when I came up with that. I was really bored one day. You guys, my expectations are set, like, unbelievably low. Like, lower than the ground my feet are currently resting on. But yeah, you know what, you guys? Really, I don't want to watch this. I mean, I know I'm walking into a bad movie. I really do. And part of me wants to see how bad could it be, but the real reason I'm doing this is because not only did you guys ask for it, but you guys have kept me going for 5 years. That is 5 years longer than I ever thought I would. Oh, and real quick, just a side note. The reason why there haven't been any reviews for the past few weeks is I've had exams. Now, you might think, wait, then why did you start before exams? 5 years ago, I hadn't finished grade school yet. I didn't know when exams were going to be, so I started the channel going into summer. It didn't really work out that well. It was a misstep on my behalf, and I know I could easily just go back to the first movie review I did, not the Sharktopus one, although I could use that one. That thing's got almost 50,000 views. Or the Sharknado one and claim that was the anniversary. But you know what? No, I'm not doing that. I'm staying the day I started the channel is my anniversary, and moving forward I should be able to do anniversary videos the day of the anniversary. And I'm just putting this off because I really don't want to watch it. You know what, you guys? How about I review something better? How about I review the awesome Wii game, Super Paper Mario? Because I'm going to be playing it the second this gets boring. So, any minute now. Okay. Look, you guys, Thomas has always been part of my childhood. And, well, let's just get this over with. So, guys, I'm not saying the number, I don't know. But for no... Let's just kick back, relax, and watch this stupid movie. Alright, I already have a problem. They're trying to do this whole sweeping, almost as if it's like a bird flying through shot of the whole island when you're flying around. It's all majestic. The animation is horrible. It looks hideous. And I love these kinds of shots. They're a great way to start a movie. Then again, maybe it's just because I'm watching a YouTube version. Whatever. Okay, this is actually interesting. They just named the railway the Northwestern. I didn't know that. And I've been a fan of this for over a decade. Didn't know that. Dude! Thomas isn't green! He's blue! How can you mess that up? Okay, and I bet they're gonna try and tie it into some sort of stupid story how he's from the mainland so he's not colored yet because he's not on soda yet. But you know what? No! You don't do that! You do not change that! That's like making James not red, which by the way, he isn't. He's black. Not being racist, just saying that's what he is. I literally hate this movie, and we're only 7 minutes into 44 minutes. Oh, a musical number. I remember this. Don't you know? Yeah, I remember this song. This was like, shoot. What was it? There was one VHS I had a long time ago. It was like 12 Thomas the Tank Engine songs that were like karaoke version.
Oh, that's very useful, isn't it? Having another small engine to get it.
Quick question, actually. Where's Percy?
Learning, Gordon. I'm just showing him what to do.
Oh, so Gordon's a huge jerk, and I hope he dies painfully. But I remember this song. There's Henry, okay. You know, when I'm frequently talking during a movie, it's usually not a good thing.
My doctor has forbidden me to pull.
You know what they're doing right now that's making me mad? Those of you who know Thomas the Tank Engine, you should know the classic story of Henry, when it's raining, he gets scared and hides in a tunnel. They're doing that right now.
My doctor has also.
But they're not doing it right. They're completely remaking the entire story. What the heck, man?
Pushing with an engine, too.
If you're gonna reference something or tell a story, get it right. Alright, so... this thing really does suck. I'm just gonna be honest. But it's not as bad as the others. I will give them that. Another musical number about the troublesome trucks. You know, I kind of knew getting out of bed this morning would be a bad idea. Okay, I think the trucks just killed James. Man, this movie got dark in a hurry. Well, that was The Adventure Begins. That was horrible. On so many levels. I can see why people want to say this is the best. Because comparing it to all the others is really a bad idea. All these movies suck. Alright. I really wanted to like this one, and there are good things in it, which I will cover. Sorry, there's people doing construction. Let's talk about the writing. First of all, they got a lot of inconsistencies with the books. And I talked about it before. I had my little rant about how Thomas isn't blue. He's green. He's blue, not green. But of course, you know, they changed that. So I can't. That argument was kind of in void because he was only green for about 5 minutes, and then they changed it. So, look, I can't really complain. Once again, though, like the rest of these movies, all the things I'm about to blast, it's a kids' movie, so you have to keep that in mind. First of all, how are these trains made? How do they have faces? Trying to say they come from the mainland implies that there also are other vehicles with faces, yet we've seen cars without faces, so what the heck is going on, guys? You want to explain? No, of course you don't. Because I've heard creepypastas that explain it, and they're pretty entertaining, actually. But look, I'm getting off topic. So let's talk about the characters. One thing I will give this movie credit for is not making Thomas a Mary Sue. He's not a perfect character. He's very flawed. Well, not flawed. He makes mistakes. I've seen movies where it's like the new character is perfect and everyone else has to learn like, oh, well, they've got like good quirks and all that. But this is like, he does make mistakes. He messes up. He doesn't obey orders. But eventually, it does show he's doing it for the right reasons. So I gotta give them that. Gordon is an insufferable jerk. He's worse than Lightning McQueen in the first Cars movie, at least the first half of the first Cars movie. And the rest of the cast is cardboard cutouts of who they used to be. James is still a hothead with no other personality. Henry is completely afraid of all water, which is a reference to his story, which I also had a rant on, which is also a horrible butchering of that story and its moral. I will say, though, Edward, Annie, and Clarabelle, really likable characters. They don't have a lot of screen time, but when they do, it's actually not that bad. They have good lines, they have good morals, the dialogue is horrible, and as for The Adventure Begins, it is like an incredibly cliched story. It's the whole, oh yeah, so here's our island, oh, a new guy shows up, oh look, he's interacting with people, oh look, he saves the day, the end, everyone loves him. That's literally it. And while it could work, kids again deserve more. But what really makes me mad is just the laziness in everything. The story, incredibly lazy, lazier than Day of the Deals. The music, they reuse like the same song 3 times, that song I commented on, they play 3 times in the movie. They have 2 musical numbers, both of which they put no effort into whatsoever. Animation is some of the worst I've seen out of these movies yet. Voice acting actually is one of the few saving graces, even though it's not good enough to make you want to watch the movie. The actors at least kind of tried. Kind of. But they're not phoning it in, but they're also not great. Although I will say the voice of James is spot on. Surprisingly. So, anyhow, animation, like I said, it's lazy, it's stilted, it's horrible. There's a shot of a deer in this briefly. The Walking Dead looked better. Remember that episode when they see that deer? Yeah, that CG looked better than all the animation in this movie. Up yours. Acting, I covered. Music, I already said. They don't use any intro. They barely even use any of the background music, surprisingly. Then again, this may have been the first time they did this. They may not have had all the rights yet. Yeah. When it gets down to it, can I recommend Thomas and Friends, The Adventure Begins? Not really, but at the same time, yes. Keep in mind, if you're a kid... If you're a kid, you're gonna love this movie. If you're a little kid, you're gonna love it. Anyone else? No. If you're a fan of Thomas, no. It really is just a boring, unentertaining special. It is actually what they call it, a special, which just sort of drags on for less than an hour and then just abruptly ends without much conclusion. Other than, Thomas getting everything everyone else wanted, because apparently he's better than everyone. Yeah, so... People might ban stuff from their, series and all that. I've seen, Emma Prevost, I mentioned him many times before. He banned the Equestria Girl movies and stuff like that. He's banned a lot of stuff. You might expect now I'm going to ban Thomas and Friends permanently from my series. You know what? I'm not. If Adventure Begins was as bad as Day of the Diesels, then yes, probably I would have banned it. But it wasn't. It was bad. Yeah, really bad. Don't even get me started. But not nearly as bad as Day of the Diesels. So, where Day of the Diesels actively went out and pissed me off on purpose, this pissed me off on small things that it also would fix itself. And at the end of it, it's harmless. It really is just harmless. So, really, I'm giving it 1.5 Raptor claws out of 4. It's on YouTube if you're really interested. In fact, most of these are on YouTube. Kind of wish I'd known that before I paid the $5 to get my friend, he gave me the money to review it. Never mind. Anyhow, you guys, if you're interested, check it out, but really, it's not worth your time. And also, thank you all for 5 years. Pretty soon there's going to be a small editorial coming out, and I'm going to be talking about some of the things I've had planned over the 5 years that never really came into fruition. I think you'll find it interesting. But until that time, you guys, this is the Media Raptor saying keep cool, and I will see all you guys around. Later.